Welcome to
EPLACE,
the space for
general talking,
about all things entertaining.
Okay, so moving on for the next episode.
Episode 6, Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. Still on my top 4 of favorite
Nope.
Star Wars movies, yeah. So I guess
Bottom 5 for me.
Eh?
Bottom 5 for me.
So I guess our views on this one's going to be extremely different, yeah?
Mm.
So, what was good about this movie? I think that the opening scene when they were rescuing Solo was okay-ish. Until the way that they killed Boba Fett, that was a little bit stupid.
No. Don't like the first half hour of this film.
So as I was saying, the rescue of Han Solo, yeah, is the part that people have more problems with, yeah?
No, I have I just don't like any of the Jabba the Hutt stuff. I mean, no, I like the designs. I do like the designs.
Come on,
but it just feels...
Say the truth. Everyone enjoys to see Princess Leia with that weird bikini.
Okay, yeah, the golden bikini, as a guy, yeah, okay, I enjoy that. But outside of that, it's just unnecessary. We've just had the biggest cliffhanger
in the
ever
history of cinema, yeah, until then.
And now it's a rescue mission, which is fair enough. It needed to happen. They needed to get Han Solo back.
Do you know why they did that?
Why?
Probably because Harrison Ford wasn't quite sure if he was coming back for the third movie or not.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that he did.
Yes, because he apparently wanted to kill the character on the second movie.
Yeah, well, he wanted to die in the first one.
Oh, yeah.
He just finally got his wish in episode 7, but because he was like, I'm not coming back unless you kill me. Okay, fair enough. Well, let's do that then.
So I imagine that was a very fat paycheck that he gets on the third movie to make him come back.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So there is one part I didn't like on the third movie, was the design and all the battle on Endor, yeah.
Oh,
where the Ewoks, because it was so stupid, pa.
I'm just gonna say what I like about this film.
It is possible they want us to believe that a bunch of teddy bears with sticks and rocks could actually kick ass on one of the most developed armies.
Which they do, and I enjoy it for what it is. But
no, don't get me wrong, I enjoy it as well.
Oh.
I enjoy it, I like it.
So,
but it's not believable, yeah?
I wanna say what I like about this film before I say or talk about the negatives. And everything to do with Luke and Vader and Palpatine, it is gold. The only reason why I'll even watch this film is for that, for the confrontation between Vader and Luke and Vader's redemption.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. It's brilliant. It's so heartfelt, and Luke believes in his father. He believes in his father, and it pays off. And I love it. Outside of that, Han and Leia, I enjoy. C-3PO, I enjoy. Chewie, I enjoy. Lando, I enjoy. Even the Admiral Akbar, it's a trap. Awesome, yeah. Iconic little bits in here and there and whatever else. Other than that, this film is just made to sell toys. And I don't hate it for that, but I don't love it either. You know, the teddy bears and the whole Jabba the Hutt stuff, it's just there to be... It's just filler. you know?
Mm-hmm.
There's no oomph about it. There's no reason for it to even be there in the grand scheme of things of saving the galaxy. We've got the rehashed Death Star 2 thing as well. Like, why does it need to be another Death Star? And that's kind of a gripe that I have also with Episode 7. But Episode 7's a kind of different thing altogether.
Death Star,
the Starkiller base.
Yep.
Yeah. But that's for next episode. I enjoy Episode 6, but I just don't think that it's as strong as some people make it out to be. What's that?
The beginning of the rescue mission to take Han Solo from the carbonite
Yeah.
was okay until they were all captured and put into that weird ship, and Boba Fett, that was the most badass antagonist because he's not actually a villain, yeah. He's been paid to do a job.
Yeah, he's like an anti-hero,
Yeah.
kind of. Well, he's not really even a hero. He's
more than
he's a bounty
antagonist.
hunter.
Antagonist? I don't know.
Yeah,
if
no,
I'm
he's
saying
an
it
antagonist.
properly,
He's not a villain. He's more of an antagonist. Yeah.
he's more that than a straight up villain, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's one of the most badasses people on the series, yeah. And he's killed in the most stupid way ever, yeah. Because don't forget, the guy has rocket in his backpack, yeah. He could just fly away from that thing, yeah. Okay.
No, because it gets damaged. It gets damaged by Chewie, and that's why he couldn't do it. And then he was like screwed.
And another part I didn't like, as you said, the in betweens, in between the great scenes are the parts that I don't. I like when they are inside the space, not the space station, but the control station or whatever it was on the moons of Endor. When you actually have Luke and Leia and Chewie and R2D2 fighting against the guys from the Imperial Army. I like that part. I don't like so much the Ewoks.
No,
I like
they're cute. They're cute. For
when I was a kid, obviously I liked the Ewoks.
Yeah, obviously I did as
Ewoks,
well.
Yeah, the Ewoks were made for kids.
But the more I watch it, the more I'm like, do we really need this?
Have you saw the Ewok spin-off movie?
Don't know. I'm not even going to go there.
There is one movie about.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it existed until last year, and I'm like, no, I don't even want to talk about it. Don't even want to acknowledge it.
Yeah, but then
Apparently, though, it is kind of good to a point, but they make them talk English, I think, or they do something with them that's not.
they
that's
make
outside of
the
canon.
girl understand them.
That's it. Yeah,
So they don't speak English. The girl understand what they are saying.
That's
it's
it.
a little bit like Solo and
Chewie.
and Chewie, yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I'm alright.
Yeah, but then don't forget it ends up in the.
I'm alright. Yeah.
In the perfect way to finish the series, yeah, because this series was about redemption and of, as we found out, like 12 years after, was about the redemption of Anakin Skywalker, yeah. Was never about Luke, was never about Leia, was all about Anakin.
Yeah, it was. Funny fact though, the guy that plays Vader in the suit never got his moment to shine. The guy
because when they took off the mask, it was someone else, yeah.
Yeah, and George Lucas actually messed him over. Like he was gonna have the part, but then it changed, and yeah, he never got to actually, or he filmed it, but it was never put into the film, as far as I know. And the fans of Star Wars managed to like edit his face in or something, or I think maybe, I don't know, but
Okay, so writing.
Yeah. Story. There's not much of a story.
There is a story.
Yeah, Luke's and Vader's, and I enjoyed that for that.
Yeah,
reason.
that's why it doesn't get a 10, yeah, because if it was just about the story between Luke, Vader and Palpatine, it would be a straight 10. The problem is all the filler they had to put. First, they had to put that rescue mission because they didn't know what Harrison Ford will do.
Well, I'm tossing up between a 7 and 8 because I think I'm gonna give it an 8 because of just how much I love the Luke and Vader stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If I was being really harsh, I would give it a 7.
Yes, I gave it a 8 because of the same reason, yeah. Where the trio, Darth Vader and Palpatine, they own it, yeah. Whenever Jabba and the Ewoks were, that was not the best part of the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I just give an 8 and not a 10. If it was just about, okay, going to the moons of Endor, perfect. Get inside the freaking thing and kill everyone, okay.
Yeah, because there was a lot of messing about there. Like they couldn't even get in, and eventually they did. And
okay, let's say that if they wanted to do with fluffy animals they could put into toys, why not Wookiees?
Kashyyyk, that would have been amazing. That would have been amazing.
If
Why?
The only reason why they did the Ewoks was to sell fluffy toys, why don't put...
We could have had fluffy ties of Wookiees.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Though,
I
saying
mean,
that, as much as we're bashing on the Ewoks, there is one good thing, and that's given jobs to a lot of short people. Yeah. And yeah, for that reason, that's awesome. Because the same with Kenny Baker and R2D2. You know, he got a job being R2D2, and I mean that's lucky bugger.
Yeah, okay. But as a fan, I will prefer to see.
R.I.P. Kenny Baker.
As a fan, I will prefer to see army of Wookiees because it will be more credible as well. Yeah. Imagine that scene
in episode 3 on Kashyyyk when there's a massive battle with all the Wookiees.
Unfortunately, it's not enough. Yeah, it's just for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
They look.
Fleeting.
Sorry, George, if you are listening to this one, yeah, please give us a full battle of Wookiees. Okay, so themes and tone.
This is the weakest part for me. That I think that it's a very dark episode, but it's not because of just
the Ewoks.
The Ewoks as well. Yeah, the problem that I have with this episode is actually it lacks focus. Like I say, with the filler and everything, with Jabba the Hutts, and like it was drawn out. The Rancor was kind of cool though. The big monster that Luke fights at the beginning. You know,
the thing that comes from the sand, yeah?
No, that's the Sarlacc. No, the Rancor, you know, the big ugly monster. And then the owner comes out when the Rancor dies and he's like crying. It's like, oh, my baby, blah, blah, blah.
Not all, it's more like the caretaker or something like that, yeah?
Yeah.
Because the owner was obviously Jabba.
For me, the themes and tone are a 7. Like the themes are good, but the tone of the film doesn't quite work with the themes.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a sort of a little bit disjointed there.
Mm-hmm. 7?
I'm giving it a 7.
I give it a 9.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because I'm a fanboy, so. Direction and pace.
Direction and pace. Pace of it is good.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely fast and it's fun and whatever. And there's not much
dragging moments, yeah?
No. It's not. Although saying that, like, the rescue of Han Solo is a little long, but it's only long for the story rather than the fun that you're having along for the ride. Like, it's unnecessary to the story, but it's still fun. Like, you can still get swept up into the moment and just enjoy what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
For that reason, I would give the direction a solid 8. I think it's directed well.
Yeah.
Cinematography. Well, sorry. What was your score for?
It was 8 as well.
It was 8 as well.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Cinematography. There's some nice shots on this movie.
There are. I like some of the... Yeah, on Tatooine. Very... The cinematography in most Star Wars films is very...
Similar.
similar, especially in the original
Because
trilogy.
they have
It's very standard.
it looks like there is only three kinds of planets. Either the planet is a desert, or is a icy planet, or is a luxurious forest.
Wow, you just like named all the places on Earth.
Yeah, basically. Okay, so
Yeah, well, there's not much else that you can really do. Maybe a water world? Well, they did
There
that
is
in
one.
Camino, didn't they?
there is one on episode 2.
Yeah, Camino.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to give cinematography an 8 as well.
I give it an 8 because there is some cool shots on this movie. Yeah?
I think it's standard. You know, it's nothing special. But it's definitely not bad. It's not like generic in any way. It's definitely when it needs to
You
be
can
colourful. It can
clearly
be
see
colourful.
that they are different. Even Endor, that is a forest planet or moon. If
It
you
looks
want to
lush, doesn't it?
yeah, but it doesn't look like the planet where it doesn't look like Dagobah. That is another.
No, another plantation. Well, Dagobah is more like a swamp more than a forest.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they show clearly there is a difference between, and even Tatooine is different from other planets that are desert.
Except for Jakku.
Where is Jakku?
Jakku's in episode 7, the sand planet.
Because
Although there is kind of a difference between Jakku and Tatooine.
there is no rocks in Jakku. Yeah,
Pardon?
there is no rocks in Jakku.
Yeah, Jakku seems to be all sand.
All dunes and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, whereas Tatooine had like mountains and sort of canyons and stuff as well.
And they still have a little bit of green as well.
Did they? Where?
No, it's just
No?
my imagination. No, they have like oases and stuff like that.
Oh, I can't remember that.
Or it's just my imagination. Probably just my
Are
imagination.
you thinking of Naboo?
Huh?
You're not thinking of Naboo, are you?
Naboo is the
Queen Amidala's
planet,
home.
yeah, of the goofiest of the characters, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah.
Again, is a luxurious planet. Sorry, is a forest planet, but it doesn't.
More like a paradise.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Endor at all. Yeah.
No, it doesn't. No, that's true.
So even if there is only 3 kinds of planets, if you want, 4 if you count with the water world, yeah.
What
They
about
had-
the Porg planet in episode 8?
Yeah, what?
The Porg planet.
Which one is that?
What Luke is on in episode 8. Where you've got like rocky islands and then water all around them.
It's a
It's
water
another
world.
type of different one.
It's a water world. Okay, so editing.
But no, we didn't give it. My cinematography is an 8, and yours is
An 8.
an 8 as well.
Yeah.
Editing,
I'll give it a 9.
a 9. Really? Why?
Yeah, because I give it 9 on editing in all the Star Wars movies, yeah. They
Fairly.
pretty much do all the same stuff in all of them. So it wouldn't be fair to give a lower score to this one.
Yeah, I'll give editing an 8. You know, it's good. It's good. I can't think of anything really bad. You know,
Mm-hmm.
or even generic in that way. You know, you still got the traditional side swipes, and
No, they're saying they did basically what they did on the other movies.
I never felt like it was focusing too much on one character or the other.
And to be fair, as my former boss used to say, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah,
If it works, carry on.
yeah, that's it.
Okay? So, acting. That is always a sensitive point, yeah? Because there are some very good moments and some very bad moments.
I'm giving it a 7 because I gave episode 5 an 8. And this definitely doesn't have a standout performance in my mind. Other than maybe Luke being terrorized by
Oh.
The Emperor.
I'm forgetting Palpatine.
Palpatine is cool, but he's not.
Infinite power.
Yeah, but there's no.
Emotion. Well, there is only one emotion. I'm pissed off.
Yeah,
and I
there's
want to
no
kill everyone.
diversity in the emotion.
Yeah.
You know, it's very
I'm pissed off and I want to kill everyone.
Yeah,
all around
pretty
the
much.
movie, yeah.
very generic in that way. But it isn't generic because they are giving some kind of oomph to it. You know, they're not just there. They are actually doing something.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
For that reason, I'm
give it an 8.
giving it a 7.
I give it an 8 because it's not as good as, for me. Some parts of the movie I don't like the acting at all, yeah. But yeah, it's still better than the episode 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so production.
Production, I'm giving it an 8. I think it's solid. I think it's decent. It's awesome.
I give it a 9.
Although I'm giving the SFX and the visual effects a 9.
Yeah.
Because Jabba the Hutt, the Rancor, you know what? Actually, no. I'm giving it a 10. The makeup, the CGI, the special effects, even the Ewoks, the speed racers, or the speed bikes. Sorry. It looks phenomenal.
As I said, it's
phenomenal.
A 36-year movie, but you can still watch it today, and you're still thinking, "How the hell did they do that?"
Yeah,
when the computers had the...
This is probably, for its time, it's probably some of the best effects for a Star Wars film.
It makes you think,
their time, sort of
it makes you think how could they do
ones.
that with computers that were less capable than your average calculator nowadays, yeah?
Yeah.
That is saying a lot, yeah? Soundtrack. It's not as memorable as on the other movies, yeah?
No. Although, if I'm not mistaken, there is a theme tune for Darth Sidious for Emperor Palpatine. It is. It's that really eerie kind of music, but it's not as iconic as the Imperial March.
I'm betting that the music is very insidious.
Yeah. Has insidious tones for sure. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, intentions.
Well, no, I'm giving the soundtrack 8.
8, yeah.
Same for you?
Me too, yeah.
Yeah.
So, intentions. This movie was made as the purpose to wrap off the story of Anakin, as I said. Even if Luke wasn't thinking about that back then, it's the way that I'm seeing it now, having the prequels to head to this one, yeah? And even Rogue One. Because he was a badass on that movie too, yeah? So, as a wrap-off for all that come first, was a perfect ending, yeah? Because you have a full circle for Anakin. You went from the light to the dark and back to the light again, yeah? I know that you're going to disagree with me.
No. I think the intentions for wrapping up the story in this episode was done well. It really was. But the intended audience, is it the people that have been watching 4 and 5, or is it for a new audience? And I felt like they were trying to appease to the general public, to the younger fans, rather than focusing on the more dramatic storyline that the film should have been, in my point of view. Obviously, as a kid, I watched this and I enjoyed it more as a kid than I do now. Even though the storyline with Luke and Vader ends so perfectly. But for me, I think the intentions were good, but they just don't quite hit the mark in the way that I think they should have hit the mark. And for that reason, I'm going to give it a 7.
I give it a 9.
You give it a 9?
Yes.
Okay.
Personal enjoyability.
Yeah.
Even if I don't like some parts of the movie, because there is no perfect movies, to be fair, still one of my favorite movies ever, yeah? So I give it a 10.
Yeah, it's definitely not one of my favourite films of all time. I think I actually enjoyed Solo more than this film. Yeah.
That's why
I'm giving it a 6.
Yeah?
I'm giving it a 6 for personal enjoyability.
Shocking. That is shocking news. Even shockier than this news are our final scores, mate.
Right.
I think is the most divisive that we have been until now.
Really?
The biggest gap that we had until now.
Okay.
So you can see my score. I give it a 95. As I said, it's one of my top 4 or 5 Star Wars movies, yeah.
So your score was 95 out of 110.
Mm-hmm.
And mine was 85.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 points.
Yeah, that is fair enough. People need to enjoy different kinds of things, yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll have just one kind of movie, and life will be much, much less interesting, yeah.
That's
if
it.
everyone has the same opinion. Saying that, goodbye, everyone. Let the force be with you guys.
Yeah, let the force be with you. And stick around for the last episode of 2019, where we talk about episode 7 and 8 in time for episode 9's release. So, without further ado, see you later.
Stay tuned.